Today, I'm back with a brand new sports cards video. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down what I believe to be the best 5 long-term investments you can currently make right now. But before we get into that, I did want to say a little bit about our membership program, because we've had some picks that have done incredibly well, and a lot of our previous reports, if you look through them, a good amount of our picks are up more than 30%. Some of them even doubled in price. One example is in our August 9th weekly report. We just chose a random report. We have Ja Morant's Prism Blue PSA 9. So we essentially have been spotting trends before the market picks up on them. So we're spotting trends in the early stages. So for this pick, we essentially picked up that color matching cards and especially prisms were going to start to do very well, and so we were recommending Ja Morant's Prism Blue PSA 9 for $1,750. If you look at current sales, they're well over $3,000. They were even above $3,500 at one point. So yeah, we were able to predict that color matching Prism Blues and just Prism Reds for different other teams would go up in price. So we recommended a lot of younger players color matching Prisms, and most of them have gone up at least 50%. Some of them have even doubled in price. Another big, trend we were able to spot was F1 getting very popular. We were recommending Topps Chrome F1 boxes and Sapphire Hobby boxes as well. So we were recommending Sapphire Hobby boxes for just under $900, just around $900 to $950, sorry. And if you look at them, there's current bids for over $2,300. They're usually selling for around $3,000. So essentially, our members who bought these at $950 more than tripled their money. This wasn't even the peak. At the peak, these were going for a lot more. So essentially, we recommended to sell them around a few months ago after, the whole trend had become so popular. So a lot of our members made up to 5x on their money. Now, even for the regular Topps Chrome Hobby boxes, we were recommending them for $700 to $750. If you go ahead and look at what they're bidding at right now, over $1,700. They're usually ending around $2,000 to $2,100. So our members essentially tripled their money on this investment pick. So if you would like to join in on the program, make some money with us, all you have to do is click the link down below to sportscardsinvest.com, and you can go ahead and sign up for whichever membership program best suits your budget. But yeah, without further ado, we are going to hop right into this video. So the first guy who I believe is going to be an incredibly good long-term investment, I know for many people, you may be saying, well, obviously, but I definitely believe that Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be a very great long-term investment. I really love the fact that a lot of his key cards are, very low pop compared to recent years. If you look at, for example, Luka Doncic, his Prism has a pop of over 20,000 in a PSA 10. Giannis's is closer to around 2,000 for his Prism, and his Select is at around 30 or 1,300. So I really like where his Select is currently priced at. If you look at, for example, his PSA 9 Select, it's going for around $250, and a lot of the times, even higher than $250. And usually a PSA 10 is going to be 3x the price of a PSA 9. His PSA 10's still lingering around $600, so I think this has a great potential in the short term to go up to $900. But at the end of the day, I think long term this is going to be a great investment. I think Giannis's rookie cards, as Giannis continues to be a face of the league, he already has 2 MVPs, a championship, and is of course going to be going for more, accolades down the line. I think there's going to be a frenzy for his cards for one simple reason, and that is that you can't find them like you can find Luka Doncic's rookie cards, like you can find all these other younger stars. Giannis is the one guy who's in that era where cards weren't very printed. And so that's what I really love about Giannis's cards. If you look at the pop on a lot of his key rookie cards, even if you go for a select base, you're still getting a pop of under 1,000 in some grades. So I think that's extremely key for the long-term prices of his cards. Now, even if you want to go for higher end, select silvers, I think those are going to do even better long term, and that is simply because the pops are extremely low. If you look at a select silver with the pop 161, as sports cards continue to grow, as Giannis continues to be a face of the league, I definitely believe there's going to be more than 87 people who want a key rookie card of his, such as a Select Silver and a PSA 10. I think simply the demand is going to far outpace the supply down the line. And I just really love where they're currently priced. Buying a key silver rookie card of Giannis with the pop of 87 for just $4,250, I think is going to really pay off in the long term, because these pop numbers are just way too low for, supply to continue to, it's nearly impossible now to grade these in a PSA 10. I think even if you look 5 years down the line, this pop is not going to be more than like 120 max. Now, of course, we're seeing a lot more people, get in. We of course have fanatics coming into the hobby to make it more mainstream. And when it's more mainstream, I just don't see these pop numbers holding up. So that is why I believe Giannis is a great investment. Now, next up, we got Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal is such an icon in culture that I think his prices and his, card market goes way beyond even, his basketball career. I just think there's so much more that makes him like a television personality, just in so many commercials, so many different aspects to his life that people are so interested in. Like, I've talked to people who don't even know a dime about basketball, but they know who Shaq is. And I think everyone knows who Shaq is, and he's just such a collectible, player. So what I really love to do is go for his lower pop stuff, because his base cards have incredibly high populations. I think down the line, people are going to be going for his, for example, his gold tops rookie card. This card peaked at over $10,000 at one point. I believe it was even close to $15,000 at its absolute peak last year. It's currently down to $1,200. Now, in a PSA 10, the pop is only $680. It's one of Shaq's most iconic rookie cards, and it's a gold rookie card, so the pop's going to be lower, and it's currently at $1,200. So I think for the long term, Shaq is going to be one of those icons his name is going to live on forever. I truly believe that. And so down the line, I think this is going to be one of the most iconic basketball rookie cards. Different Shaq rookie cards. Of course, you have Stadium Club, you have Tops, you have quite a lot of different, opportunities. But I think no Shaq rookie card in a PSA 10 is going to be $66 down the line. I think that's just inevitable that this is going to go up over time. So I definitely think Shaq is a very good long-term investment right now. Now, without further ado, we're hopping right into our next pick, and this pick may surprise some of you guys. But we got Carmelo Anthony. His Topps Chrome PSA 10 from LeBron's rookie year is going for $200. Now, of course, this pop is a lot lower than LeBron, and that is simply because not as many people feel it's worth grading Carmelo's rookie cards. But I definitely believe this is going to be a good long-term opportunity. First of all, during players, when they're pretty much close to retiring and they haven't really done much in the past 2-3 years, you start to see a lot of attention turn away from their cards. People are judging and buying their cards based on Carmelo's current performance, which, to be honest, is not very great. Carmelo's not out there putting up real numbers right now. It's pretty much towards the tail end of his career. And, in a year or two, I think he might be retiring. Now, when players retire and during their farewell tour is when prices start to really jump up on their cards. You start to take more of a macro, I would say outlook on their cards. And if you can understand that at the end of the day, Carmelo is one of the greatest scorers of all time. He's probably the greatest USA basketball player. Like for the Olympics, for the Olympic team, he's probably been the best, USA basketball player of all time. At least up there in that debate. And I think overall, him having a rookie card in 2003 Topps Chrome, which is probably going to become one of the most iconic sets down the line. I think this could be maybe not on par with 86 Fleer, but I think it's going to be, next up, in terms of iconic basketball sets. And he's got the third most iconic rookie card behind Wade and LeBron, of course. So I think, there's going to be a lot of attention around 2003 Topps Chrome. Carmelo is going to be a Hall of Famer. I think during the lead up to his induction in the Hall of Fame, we're going to see this card go up a lot. And you can get these cards for dirt cheap right now. If you want a Topps Chrome, refractor in a PSA 10 with a pop of 167, you're only down around $700. So I think that's just a great entry point in terms of a future Hall of Famer's most iconic card, one of the greatest scorers of all time. And at the end of the day, in LeBron James's rookie year, so there's always going to be attention on his, set on 2003 Topps Chrome. So I think this is a good buy, for the long term if you just stash it away for him to make the Hall of Fame, because this is just a steep discount you're buying at, because he's not doing much right now, which is understandable. So without further ado, we're going to hop right into a guy from his same draft class, none other than LeBron James. Now, this is going to be a long-term investment, but I want to, of course, focus on one thing, because everyone can say LeBron's a great long-term investment. It's not too hard to say that. I think most people would agree with that. But I think LeBron breaking Kareem's scoring record is going to really take these cards to the next level. I'm a big fan of his Upper Deck rookie exclusives rookie card. I don't think you're going to be able to find, one of the most iconic poses, one of the first cards ever made of LeBron in a Cavaliers uniform, from Upper Deck, which was one of the key rookie cards at that time. You see people pay thousands of dollars for his Topps rookie card. I think Upper Deck is going to hold a good amount of value in the long term. His pop is 1318, which is not terrible in a PSA 10 for one of the icons of our generation. And $385 is a steal for this card, in my opinion. Once LeBron breaks Kareem's scoring record, I think LeBron's going to truly be, more cemented. Of course, he's already extremely cemented in history, but I think this is going to elevate him to the next level. Just in terms of icon and just flat out, generational talent and all-time talent, to be honest. He's definitely the face of our generation, and I think LeBron's going to do more post-career, whether that's in Hollywood or anything else. I think LeBron's really going to be one of the most, iconic players from our generation, but honestly, iconic figures. Forget about even sports. I think in general, he's going to be one of the most iconic figures, in culture. So I definitely think this is going to be a great investment for the long term. Going for his Upper Deck rookie exclusives. If you do want to go for a sure bet, of course you have his Topps rookie card. I'm personally more of a fan of his Upper Deck rookie exclusives for the current price they're at and the pop. I definitely like this better as a long-term investment. I think this has a chance to be, a $2,000-$3,000 card. And for this to go up, 6x, this would have to go up to, over 13,000, which is a little bit harder to see with the 2,200 pop. So I'm definitely liking his Upper Deck rookie exclusives, but this is, of course, a sure bet. That's an iconic LeBron card that should also go up long term. Without further ado, we're going to hop right into our next pick, and that is Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry, of course, is also one of the icons of our generation. And I think it's going to be really scary if Steph Curry wins his 5th title. I think that's going to take him to the absolute next level. And I think right now there's not many teams that can really compete against the Warriors. They've got so much young talent. They've still got a prime Steph Curry. They've still got Klay only getting better because he was just coming off of his injury last postseason. So I definitely think the Warriors, I'm really liking their chances over the next 2-3 years. And if Steph can secure his 5th title, I do not think you're going to find a rookie card of his for under $1,000, let alone with the extremely low population on Steph's key rookie cards. If we look at his Topps and Topps Chrome rookie cards, they are well into the tens of thousands of dollars, and the pops are super low. So not many people can really get their hands on most Steph Curry rookie cards. Even his Topps base is going for $8,200 in a PSA 10. So if you're going for Steph Curry rookie cards, a lot of people have to go for these Upper Decks, for these prestiges, because not many people can afford afford good grades of his Topps rookie card, and let alone his Topps Chrome, which is, well above that price range. So I think there's going to be people who go for different cards of Curry's. For example, his 2012 Prism is going to be a good buy in the future. I think Prisms, of course, one of the key sets of sports cards in general, and I think Prism's going to do really well in the long term. So first year Prism's going to be iconic for Steph Curry. I just think his cards are extremely undervalued right now, compared to the pops and his overall, transcending the game, being an icon in our generation. I think he's going to be very relevant in the long term, whether just in, culture and media, and of course his three-point shot, which now has practically transcended this new generation. So I definitely believe it's a good time to be buying up Steph Curry. His Prism, first year PSA 10 is only at $250. If you compare that to other stars, that's very low. So I think Steph's going to be a very great long-term investment. But thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you would like to join in on the membership program, the link is down below to sportscardsinvest.com. Other than that, I hope y'all enjoyed, and I'm out. Peace.